Hello, welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, June 19th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I nurture the connections that I make. And let's see, we have our last full day of Sun in Gemini. The Sun will move into Cancer on Thursday in the afternoon, for those of us in the States. But here we are. We're winding this energy up. And you may find, again, as the Sun finishes up these final degrees, that your mind gets a little bit more talky. And sleep is a little bit more challenging. But there's a little bit of magic, too. There's a little bit of magic in the Gemini energy. The magic of synchronicities. The magic of opening your mind. And today has a yod. So it's a fast-moving yod, but it feels like it's helping us shift the energies from Gemini into Cancer. So this fast-moving yod, the finger of God, is pointing at Venus in Cancer, and it's asking us to be soft, be squishy. And I think this even means with our mental energy, seeing where we can open to them. So we will have the moon that's moving into Sagittarius, feeding in on one part of the yod. So again, opening our mind, opening it up a little bit broader perspective. And then the other piece is Pluto in Aquarius, encouraging us to find that vibe. Now, as I was sitting to record this, I kept hearing, it's basically a line, I think, from Cloud Atlas. I believe it's that movie. But it's basically the essence of what I kept hearing was, you must not forget that we belong to one another, or you belong to one another. We must not forget that we belong to one another. We connect. And I feel like this is this bridge between the Gemini energy and this Venus yod that's happening, that's asking us to soften when it comes to each other. Now, this doesn't mean that you let down boundaries to people who are not kind to you, but in the face of differences, in the face of the challenges of life, and recognizing how we can frustrate each other, right? If we can look from a broader perspective, that's that moon in Sagittarius energy, and soften. That's Cancer. Cancer to me, in its essence, is softness. Cancer is, the crab, right? And it has that soft underbelly. So Cancer can have that hard shell. We can, dwell in the shell, but there is that softness. And to me, Venus relating to ourselves, in relationship with ourselves, or relating to relationship with others, is asking us to get a little softer, open up a little bit to whatever it is you personally need to experience in this, and see where you can shift those vibes. So, some powerful energy. I again think that this may lead to some deeper self-care in this energy. Let's look at the rest of the transits through the day. So the moon is finishing up in Scorpio. That moon in Scorpio will be connecting to Neptune in the morning. The morning may be a little dreamy. I definitely, top of the cards has us floating. We have the top of the cards and the bottom of the cards floating in the moon. So we're definitely in the liminal space. We're in the meditative space. Make time for that in this, because you may bring some beautiful understanding through and messages through. The moon will shift into Sagittarius at 9:31 a.m. Pacific time. So definitely void moon space in the morning as well. And then it makes its connection to Pluto, a sextile to Pluto. And again, it just feels like doing the opposite of this. Getting out of the guilt. But I think sometimes just even to say, maybe there's something to that, rather than like a harsh no, or like being willing to see from somebody else's perspective. It doesn't mean you have to adopt it, but I think we all need layers of acceptance when it comes to others. And that's part of that Aquarius piece in here as well, that Pluto and Aquarius. Like, can we let other people be who they came to be? It is not easy when we think that we know best, right? But can we do this? So that Moon Pluto energy is meant to like open up our minds a little bit more. We also have the Moon and Jupiter engaging in a little dance. That's right. That is right on my sun sign, and Jupiter is pulling against me right now. So that's going to be later in the evening. But again, the Sagittarius Gemini opposition is such an interesting one. It really does lead to understanding on multiple levels. Understanding like up close and in the now, and understanding from more of a wisdom perspective, more of a lived perspective. And both are important. And so in this, we have an opportunity again to shift by opening up our minds. Now, it's interesting because this past lives card, it's the Moon card, but we are building to the Sun and Neptune meeting in a square on Thursday before the Sun moves into Cancer. And that square is pretty potent. It can definitely bring up some karmic stuff. This card may as well be called the Karma card. So, and the Moon card in Tarot is like things that are hidden, things that are unknown. So watch for that. And as you face these energies, see where you can expand. And this, again, it feels like that softness, the willingness to lean in and be in the softness. So, or you can just be like a destructive cat. Now, I still have the sharing card. This card's come up a few times this week, right? And so where others can't, maybe you can shine that light. And maybe your shining light can help somebody who's stuck. You know how when you get so stuck on a problem or so stuck and focused on something, it feels like this. Maybe somebody else can shed a little light so you have a different place that you can look. But whatever it is, take it slow. The slowing down card, take it slow, take it easy. Be softer. Gemini does not want to do that. Gemini wants to be swinging from the rafters. Gemini wants to be swinging from vine to vine to vine, from moment to moment to moment. But like, it's like sinking into a really warm bed. It's like, well, I don't want to say a warm bed right now, but a really cozy bed. How about that? It's too warm here. Into a cozy bed that is temperature controlled and just right. Feeling really good about it and sinking in. That is the feeling of today with this Venus Yod. Self-care and softening. Seeing where you can be softer. So, I'm going to leave that here. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.